Did you record?
No, not yet.
All right, welcome to the Targeted Podcast.
What the fuck?
What happened? What was that?
So I delete. Okay. So I accidentally deleted the intro on our previous, like that we had initially. And,
Oh man,
I
you
I
gotta
went
tell
to
me
our
these
Google
things.
Drive to get the new one. Huh?
You gotta tell me these things so
I
I can
went.
send you.
Well, I mean, I went to our Google Drive and I found it. I was like, oh, this is here. So I played it right quick, and I was like, okay, this is fine. And then I'd never played it all the way through, and I was like, oh shit, what the fuck was that? Yeah, you can send me a new one. I need to actually do some editing for it anyway. I need to change the aspect ratio to or we just need to remove Omar's punk ass from that because he's not here anymore.
No, that's what makes it hot. That little piece right there. But that just means I have a little work to do for the video editing.
What,
It's all
removing
good.
Omar? Omar's piece makes it hot, or the
Yeah, it does.
why? How?
Because that little bit at the end was it makes it funny.
Oh yeah, no, of course, that needs to stay. I'm talking about his image.
Oh,
Well, here is babbling. Welcome to the Targeted Podcast, everyone. I am Sahid. That is Nicholas. Let me go ahead and double check Instagram right quick to see. Oh, yep, we are on live there, so that's good.
all right.
Awesome. So we're live there. We are live on this. Love good and everything. So shout out. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. For hitting us up and being a part of what we're trying to do. So yeah, absolutely.
Hey, we're what? We're 3 away from number 100, right, man?
Yeah, we are 3 away. No, we're 4 away from a number
4
100.
away.
Well,
4
no,
away.
we're
Okay.
3. We're 3.
Yeah.
97, 98, 99. No, it's 4. 100. Yeah.
All right.
Can't do math. So, right. So, what we're talking podcast, Sahid, Nicholas. Nicholas doesn't have a hat on today, so he must mean he has a decent haircut.
Fairly. Okay, fairly fresh. It's about a week old.
My ass is just out here just being all nappy and shit in my dorm room, apparently. So, whatever it is, what it is.
I mean, them same 4 white walls. I mean, at least the people get a little variety with mine. You know what I mean?
I'm debating on like putting some like color coded stuff like
Can't see it.
here. Yeah, it's embarrassing. Problem is I do have to go to sleep eventually, so and those things like will F with my lights, whatever. But
Okay.
what's done is done. So yeah. How you doing, man? How's life treating you? We were off last week. Apologize for that. And we usually don't do it on Thursdays, but had a little something to do yesterday. How you doing, man? How you living?
I'm doing all right, man. Just been, I said, work is just kicking my butt, but we're out here with the family right
Yeah?
now, so we're probably gonna try to hit the beach at some point for the kids, and
Where are
we're
you
just hanging out.
exactly?
I'm in the 757, about to hit
Oh,
Virginia Beach
Richmond?
out.
Oh, Virginia
Richmond.
Beach. I don't know
Yeah,
what
you just don't
757
know.
is.
Yeah, you don't know.
I'm from
Yeah,
Louisiana.
7 cities.
Okay.
Shout out to the 7 cities. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm from Louisiana. I know 225. I know what is it? 504, 381. I mean 318.
Okay. Okay.
Those are my Louisiana area codes. So yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it a little bit. I don't suspect this one to be a very long podcast today, and I think that's fine. So last couple of weeks, kind of want to talk about a little bit something a little bit fun-ish or a little bit funny. It's a little bit more gossipy, but I think there's some kind of
You keep on trying to
undertone.
bring it into my podcast, man. Let's go. Let's
My
talk about
podcast.
Let's talk about these celebrities. Let's go.
My podcast. I don't see your name on it. So that's
Actually,
hilarious.
it's right there.
Is it? Your name was targeted. So no. Anyway. Yeah. Let's talk about. Oh no. I think you're talking about your name on the screen. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Fair enough.
So what you want to talk about? You want to talk about Keke, right?
Let's talk
Keke Palmer.
Keke first, and then we'll hit up Jonah Hill later. So,
Do you have the
Um,
video?
I tried to download it,
Oh, okay,
and it's
okay.
too big apparently. So, um, which is fortunate. So I was trying to download the video from Ryan Davis. So Ryan Davis is a
Love
comedian,
that guy.
um,
Yes, I'm a fan.
very fucking funny, and very. I think comedians are just much smarter than they let off normally. At least the good ones, right? So I think the Dave Chappelle's, um, Andrew Schultz, Ryan Davis, Richard Pryor, um,
I just
all
think you see the intelligence
extraordinary.
in their comedy. Like
Huh?
that's what makes it good. You see their intelligence in the comedy. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So you got to
absolutely. You
think
see,
about it.
you see it in their comedy, even though it's a little bit. Some of the stuff is a little bit more on the edgiest side. If you can look past that, you can see there's some. It's pretty. It's very well um like thought out, right? And I wish I could show
Hmm.
you guys the video, and I still might try to download it if I can get it, if I had a chance. But we'll explain the situation. So internet's up in a roar. Last couple weeks. Oh, we need to talk about threads too. Internet's up in a roar. Like recently. So I don't know if it was. I think it was probably last week when Keke Palmer went to an
Usher
Usher concert.
concert.
Yeah, Usher concert, and she was fangirling over Usher, like hard, hard. And Usher does what he does in most of his concerts, right? He goes up, he speaks like sees the A-lister there, walks up, starts singing to them, starts serenading them a little bit, right? And she's just losing her shit. She's like shaking, all parts of her body or whatever. She wore a very beautiful dress, I thought, at least. And what happened was her boyfriend, her baby daddy, right, was
First of
not.
all, you're not
Oh,
really saying exactly what happened, bro. Because
okay, why
Usher
don't you explain?
serenaded her a little bit, right? So first of all,
Yes,
the dress was revealing. Let's put it like that,
that
right?
wasn't that revealing, but okay,
Okay.
fine.
Ass was out. The whole bottom was sheer. Okay. And
I need
I'm
to
not even,
feel
I'm
that.
not too mad. I'm not really mad at the dress. That seems to be the trend, right? 'Cause I've seen, oh man, Gabrielle Union was wearing a dress like this. It seems to be like the sheer thing, where just enough is covered seems to be the new in thing or whatever. Taraji P Henson was wearing one. I think they were together like an award show or
Mhm.
something like that, and I seen it. You know what I mean? So she had on a similar
Yeah,
dress, but at this point, at this one, it was like the top was black, and I don't know. Think of a one piece black bathing suit, maybe with I think it have like maybe some sleeves, but then uh, they're covering like her legs and her hips and everything else, just like a sheer skirt, or that was the end of the dress. So very lovely dress, but the way that it happened was that she was like you said, getting serenaded by Usher, and you could see she was kind of being flirty
yeah.
with him a little bit, fangirling out a little bit. But I think what kind of set her baby daddy off a little bit was, Usher kind of slid behind the booty a little bit, got a little grind time real quick, just for a little bit, but just enough, and she poked it out for him. You know what I mean? So that prompted him to tweet out, "It's the outfit for me, though. You're a mom now." Something along those lines, right? And so that set the internet ablaze. You know what I mean? And it kind of actually, me and my friends got into a little bit of a debate about this as well, right? Because it's like,
Hmm.
are you cool with that? You know what I mean? And some of us were a little more on the conservative side. Some of us were like, yo, who cares, right? You ask
Hmm.
me, I mean, this dude, he should have never tweeted it for one thing, right? Because now you got everybody in your business. The
Oh
first
yeah,
thing that
that's
that
the
people were wanting
biggest
to say
mistake he
was,
made right
yeah,
there.
don't do that,
Yes.
don't do that, dog. You could have maybe asked like
Yeah.
a theoretical question, right? But I don't know. I wouldn't have put it out like that. You know what I mean? Especially with the screen grab of her and Usher. You know what I mean?
Oh
Because
my
the first thing some
god.
people said was, "Oh, this is why if you're in the industry, you shouldn't be dating a regular dude." It's like we're not all the same. You can't just lump us together like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all regular cats all cats like with a career, a 9 to 5 job, are worthless or whatever. Like that's you know. I didn't like that. That kind of triggered me a little bit. I'm just like, yo, you know.
Yeah.
But I
Right.
guess that's the
So
question, right?
here's.
how would you feel? Oh, you have the video?
I have the picture.
Oh,
It
the
takes
picture. Okay.
like unfortunately the video takes like a little bit to download. And that looks stupid. That was not me. All right, so let me share my screen here. Forgive me, it's not going to be great because of like our aspect ratio and whatnot.
Oh yeah,
I'm actually gonna
Nova.
shut down my camera for a second. I'm actually gonna shut down your camera for a second. That didn't work. Okay. Um,
Amateurs.
we're doing great at this. All right, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger or something. I don't know how if I can. Um, but yeah, it's not
Mm,
working. Okay, fuck it. I tried. I will. There's another way. I know of a different way, actually. Let me see if I can get this. Here it is, right here. What I'm going to do is some weird stuff, shit, but think I can make this work. I think maybe, maybe not. Um,
mm,
but yeah, come
fail.
on, got it. You can do this. Hey, help! Don't
Well, if
hate.
you're
Help.
watching, I might as well go for a bathroom break or something. This could be a while.
I'm still sharing. Well, anyway, if you can see, that's Keke Palmer's dress. You probably can't see, and it's fine. Um, but yeah, is as Nicola's saying, kind of sheer. I mean, she's covered up and whatnot. Um, I wish I can find like a good aspect ratio of the video. I didn't have enough time. Well, I tried to download the video from like Ryan Davis, who broke it down brilliantly, brilliantly
Oh,
broke it
of
down.
course, of
Um,
course.
and yeah, shout out to Ryan Davis. Um, and God, I wish I could fucking play that video. I'm a little pissed that they didn't let me freaking upload it. But yeah. So here's the thing about it, about the whole situation. It's not about the dress. It was never about the dress. He
Yeah,
tried to make it about the dress to cover his ass to hide his insecurity,
that was
right?
mistake number two, right?
Yeah, it wasn't about the dress, right? Mistake number one was the big one that you mentioned. You don't make that public. You don't
Yeah,
no, you don't make that public, right?
no.
Um, and we're gonna hit that up in our next video soon, but or in our next topic soon with Jonah Hill. But he made it public. That's number one. Um, and number two, he lied, right? Because he's talking about, oh, it's about the dress, right? You're a mom now, and I don't want my family to be like this. I'm like, okay, fine. There's also a video of him like of showing off Keke Palmer, right? In like a leopard skin like outfit, and he's telling her to shake her ass. Now I don't know if this is before or after the pregnancy. I'm going to go ahead and assume it's after, but
I'm trying
still.
to think if I saw that picture because I think if it's the one I'm thinking about, I think it's before because she was a little bit skinnier in that picture.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But he was telling her to shake her ass, and what it looked like was it looked like your ass was kind of letting all bragging or flexing like, hey, look what I got, guys, right? And
I
then
mean,
Usher,
that's this to me. There's nothing wrong. I mean, you
oh, there's nothing
if
wrong
you
with that
like
at
your
all.
lady, right?
There's
You all, I
nothing
mean,
wrong with
hey,
that.
that's just like Martin did in that episode of the show. Ain't she fine, right? I mean, you put
Yeah,
it out there,
there is
right?
nothing wrong with that.
But
There's
I think for
hypocrisy though.
nah,
There's
I think you're
hypocrisy
choosing.
though.
I think you're choosing the wrong example. I think the question is, okay, if if that's your lady, right? Well, first
Mhm.
of all, you don't know the ins and outs of the relationship. Like,
That's
if
true. Fair
you
enough.
got to set some limits, like with your lady, right? About or at least have the conversation. I'm not saying you need to limit your lady, but you have to have both of you have to have an understanding about what's cool
What's
when
to be
y'all are
expected?
apart and you're in public, right? Because just
Yeah,
like he has some feelings about what she's doing. I'm sure she has feelings about what he's doing, unless she just doesn't care, right?
yeah.
But I think that's like for me, it was like it wasn't really about the dress. It's just like I think he didn't like how flirty she was being with Usher, but he just
But
made
she didn't like how he was
the wrong
fangirling
thing,
over him.
right? Yeah, but I think if he had tweeted something like, hands off Usher, that's mine," or something like that, then it might have come across.
Yes.
differently,
Make it
right?
funny. Yes.
Right? Because you're serious, but at the same time, it's
Really?
you
Yeah.
staking your claim,
That's how
and
you
there's
sneak
nothing
it out
wrong
the
with
door.
that. You're in a relationship,
Yes.
you have children with this woman. That's hey, hands off, man. That's me. Yeah, that's me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I
Absolutely.
think, so are you cool with? First of all, let's say that you have a girlfriend or whatever. If
Hmm.
you do, right? Do you have a
Okay.
problem with your girlfriend wearing revealing clothes out somewhere?
Honestly,
Very
no.
revealing clothes out.
For starters, I don't think Kiki Palmer's clothes. I'm still looking at it now, and it's great. I don't think it's that revealing, honestly.
Okay.
I mean, she's definitely showing some cleavage. That's for sure. That's the most revealing part. But I think she looks great. But then again, I'm not
Yeah.
with Keke Palmer, so that's that's different.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
But my
I
friend
think,
equated it to being at. He said it was like it'd be the same thing like if she was at the beach, right?
yeah.
She wears something much worse at the beach, or not worse, but
Oh, that's true.
revealing at the beach,
It would be
right?
much worse if she's wearing a two
But
piece. That would be much worse,
I
right?
was like, time and place, man. I mean,
Worse.
that's what's expected at the beach. But
Yeah, worse, which is
yeah,
is
yeah.
relative. Um, I So personally, I don't see a problem with it. Again, I'm also someone that's not intimidated by Usher, so I'm sorry, I'm not. so, and it's not to undermine Usher or anything. It's just I'm just no. Like it does remind me. It makes me wonder who's in this camp, though, right? So who's in your camp, right? Because it makes me wonder if other people were in his ear, um, saying, "Man, you see your girl freaking rub it out with Usher? Like I won't let that happen to me. That would let me be me, bro." Right? It
Yeah,
makes me
somebody
wonder if
probably
that
sized him up.
got in his ear. Probably people were in his ear, right? And then he
Yeah,
had to react. Um, I don't know anything about this guy, so I don't know if he has any practice like being public facing like that.
probably not.
Um,
Look at the tweet.
yeah,
He probably
probably
has
not.
no idea.
Yeah, probably not. And you're you're actually kind of delayed there, but it's fine. Um, but your mouth moved, and then he was like, "Wait, what? Did you say something?" But yeah, that's fine. Uh, yeah, no. Personally, I wouldn't. I don't see myself like losing my shit over it because if you lose your shit over it publicly like that shows the insecurity, right?
Oh,
Um,
yeah, for sure.
like definitely. I do think there should be some level of ground rules though, like um,
Gotta have an
especially
understanding.
yeah, there needs to be an understanding. There's nothing wrong with him feeling a little insecure about it. Everyone feels insecure about it. We're all different. Some people more progressive, some people more conservative. As long as you're not making your problems other people's problems, then I don't see it being a problem. And honestly, this is no one's problem. It's just kind of something funny to look at, or to talk about that. Um, oh snap! I just noticed that Usher like commented on like Kiki's like Instagram too, so I'm sure sure the boyfriend isn't happy about that either. Oh my
Hey,
god,
what's that
that's
song?
hilarious.
What's that song? That song he has. He was like, "True player for real." Don't
Yeah.
bring your girl around me. Something like that. So, I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, you remind me of a girl.
There you
Is
go.
that what
There
you're
you go.
talking
There
about?
you go.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah. So no, Usher. Yeah, I don't see myself like losing my shit over it, honestly. But then again, I haven't been really put in that situation before, so you
Yeah.
never know.
So you don't have a problem with your girl being out grinding up on somebody. Got
In that context,
it.
right? Like okay. So let me ask you this: she's an
I
actress.
probably again I wouldn't have tweeted it out, but I probably
Yeah.
would have been like after she came home, I would have been like, so is that what we doing? You know what I mean? Like I don't really have so much have a problem with the outfit or whatever. It's whatever because
Yeah.
I mean that's women have a wonderful variety of clothing. I mean they can do all sorts of things with the clothes. So I mean some outfits make you really appreciate just like your lady's figure and all that. I don't whatever, but you know that what we doing?
Well, let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this: she's an actress,
Yes.
right? So maybe she's doing her thing with like Usher. Also, notice that Usher, he's also with someone too, right?
supposedly.
He
But what celeb? First of all, what
never
celebrity relationship is ever really like, you know, like really goes on
fully
like
like
that?
commit. Well, we don't know the nature of his relationship, but he's in a relationship, right?
I'll give him the
And no
benefit
one,
of the doubt. Yeah.
yeah, no one's really giving him shit about it too. So there's a gender dynamic there as well. But what I was going to say is she's an actress, right? So she's gonna have to make out or
Kiss
bump. I
people
won't say,
or do
like
more,
she's gonna do way more than that. She may be doing way more than that in some of her roles, right? Look, think Halle Berry, that the role that won her the Oscar, right?
which shouldn't have. That's a conversation
Yeah,
for
I
another day.
mean, yeah, that's another topic for another day, right? But think about that, right? Are you gonna like is Kiki gonna like hamper her career just to kind of like appease for you, right? And there are
Oh,
also cases
absolutely
too
not.
where I forgot this guy's name. Yeah, there's an actor. I'll look him up because I don't like forgetting names. But I think his name's like McDonald or something like that. Um, he won't kiss another woman on TV or any of his TV shows or anything he's been on because like of a relationship with his wife, right? Um,
Hey,
which is
you know
pretty.
what? There's another couple like that too. It's a black couple. What's his name? Boris, whatever. And hey, the black guy that used to be a model. He's like kind of German. His name is Boris.
Mm.
He was on like House. Was it Housewives of House Husbands of Husbands of Hollywood of that BET show with Kevin Hart and them?
I can
Boris
find it.
Cujo. Boris Cujo.
Okay, Boris Kuja. Okay, the guy I was talking about was Neil McDowell, by the way.
Okay,
Neil McDowell. So
but
he's the guy
Boris.
that.
Okay.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, so Boris Cujo and his wife, they have a deal too. I think her name is Ari Parker or something like that. But like
Mhm.
they, you know, they're both actors. So because of the nature of their careers and stuff like that, they decided that hey, like we're not going to be doing like any super steamy romantic stuff because they're married. So again, it's all about the understanding that y'all have, man.
Yeah, it is. It
You
really is,
know,
and it seems like they didn't really have that conversation.
no.
Um, one little bit of hypocrisy that I think I'm gonna like call out on this guy too is that in his like description, he talked about um, like you can't have your girl having her cheeks out like that, and like I'm a traditionalist and whatever. Well, I mean, if you're that traditionalist, then you wouldn't have a baby out of wedlock either. So, like, it's the
Yeah,
insecurity part of
it
this,
is.
and unfortunately, the internet is just a bunch of sharks like looking to like chew up on somebody. Unfortunately, and
Yeah.
it would have been nice if like someone would be like, you guys just need to have a talk out. Don't freaking put your shit out and fucking, on social media like that because that's fucking stupid. And yeah, talk to your lady, right?
Nobody's gonna agree with this dude though because of the way of what he put out there, right? I mean, it's just you're wrong for the end
Well,
of the day.
the
And
wrong part is him putting it out there for sure.
yeah, but I mean, he's entitled to his feelings, but you have to consider like I'm dating an actress, a celebrity, right? First of all,
Yeah,
if you're dating someone of that stature, like they're gonna be wearing designer stuff, they're gonna be wearing like revealing clothes. They're not gonna stop their life just because they're with you.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to have some sort of understanding.
Mhm.
I mean, we've said like the same thing like 10 times, but I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. You definitely need to have some understanding, and that's super important to do that. Which kind of brings up to our next topic here. Jonah Hill, right? So this is actually a guy. So did you? I sent the video to you. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it yet. This guy didn't do the homework. Um, so similar situation. So if you guys don't know who Jonah Hill is, think This Is the End. Think Moneyball. Think
Super bad.
Super Bad. That's a good one. Yeah. Um, what's a what's another Jonah Hill movie?
That new one
Um,
he had with Lauren London, where they had the fake
oh
kiss at the
yeah,
end.
This Is Us. Did you like that one? I couldn't make. I only made it through halfway through it. Like,
It was good. Eddie Murphy like kind of stole the show on that one.
well, that's the thing too. So as someone, so Eddie Murphy and Nia Long, the beautiful Nia Long, like as much as I like those two, I didn't buy the whole we're Muslim or Nation of Islam kind of guys. So it was kind of hard for me to really kind of follow that. Um,
I didn't
Parker,
buy Jonah Hill and Lauren London as a couple. How about that?
me, that's another part I didn't buy either. That's a huge thing that I didn't buy. No way someone like Jonah Hill lives in London, but that's totally fucked up for me to say. But whatever. Okay, so speaking of like keeping it private, right? Um, Jonah Hill's girlfriend posted some tweets paying him between her and someone who's apparently Jonah Hill, right? Um, and what it was, I can just read some of what she says. So what she did is she posted like a story, and was like, "This is a warning to all girls. If your partner is talking to you like this, make an exit plan. Love y'all. Call me if you need an ear." Right? Um, and just reading it, it says, "Good start. Don't seem to get it. You don't seem to get it. It's not my place to teach you. I've made my boundaries clear. You refuse to let go of some of them, and you've made that clear. And I hope it makes you happy." And what happens is that she's showing his girlfriend is a surfer, right? And she posts a lot of surfing videos or in pictures. So she's in a bathing suit. And she sometimes posts pictures with guys that are like that surf, and those guys are usually pretty ripped, right? Um, and so that's like the first part. He goes, "You refuse to let go of some of them. I hope it makes you happy." She posted some videos of her. He responds. She posts another like story with more of the text messages, and she's like, "Oh yeah, there's definitely Jonah because it says Jonah in the text message." She goes, "Plain and simple, if you need, right? And keep in mind, he says, I don't want to teach you. Surfing with men, boundaries, surfing with men, boundaries, and appropriate friendship with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendship with women who are in unstable places and from your wild recent past, beyond getting lunch or coffee or something respectful. I am not the right partner for you if these things bring you to a place of happiness. I support it. And there's no, I can't read. This is so small. Maybe I should make this bigger. Well, let's fuck it. Need my fucking glasses. Actually, no, I'll just bring this shit over here so I'm not looking all across the screen. Okay. I'm not the right partner for you if these things bring you to a place of happiness. I support it, and there will be no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for romantic partnership. My boundaries with you, based on my ways of these actions, have hurt me, hurt our trust. Right? There's more to it, but I think
This is
one of the
him writing to
things
her.
that, yeah, this is him writing to her, talking about the boundaries, and I can read it again. Like he talked about, she's just posting text from him, right? Um, I don't know how much more if I want to read to this, but she's like, keep in mind he's just said something like he's made his boundaries clear, and like he talks about boundaries like surfing with men, uh, inappropriate friendships with men, modeling pictures, post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, which I don't think that's a big deal. Then again, Jonah Hill isn't a bathing suit type of guy. If you've ever seen him before, um, he's struggled with weight before, and he struggled with body dysmorphia. So I'm not just saying that to kind of make fun of him, um, but I'm wondering if he was like more of a Brad Pitt type of character. Like, if would he actually give a shit, right? Um, right. I think there's that kind of dynamic at play there, right? Um, Uh, yeah, I'm not gonna read the rest. It's too detailed. Long story short, he made his boundaries clear. She posted his shit all on freaking social media, and I think that's a fucking huge no no. Like, you're not a hero, right? By doing this, because he purely says these are my boundaries, And look, I'll be honest with you, some of these I don't really agree with. Like, I feel like if you can't trust your partner, you shouldn't be together, right? Plain and simple. If you can't trust him, there's no point, right? Um, but at the same time, it's also like, um, but I'm still kind of on team Jonah on this one because you, again, like we did the last guy, don't fucking put it out there like that. That's not okay, right? And even if you don't agree with his boundaries, even if you think his boundaries are misogynistic, he didn't out you, right? He talked to you about it. He listed his boundaries. He was like, "Hey, these make you happy, or like these are kind of my boundaries. If you can't subside by this, I'm not the partner for you, right?" Um, and you kind of put it on blast like there. That's just really, really, really fucked up. And people were
No,
kind of
I
grilling him
totally
about
agree.
that too. Like, yeah, people kind of like grilling him about that shit too. And it's like you can disagree or agree or disagree with it or not. Like, at least he's let his position known, right? And it's up to you to either abide by it or not. And if you don't want to abide by it, fine, right? Like, leave, right? You don't need to be with him, right? And like, he doesn't want to be with you, like, if you can't abide by it. And I think at least having those boundaries is, I think, mature. Like posting, like getting all hissy fit about it and like posting on Instagram, that's not okay. That's not mature at all. But yeah, the Ryan Davis thing literally just like talked about like that. But yeah, I talked about it. What are your thoughts, man?
I mean, I'm pretty much in total agreement, but her posting that was clearly just one, it's a sign of immaturity. Two, she's
It
clearly
is.
just looking for validation from the
Yeah.
internet so
Clout.
she can,
Yep.
look like, she's down for the cause. Yay, women. This bad man is trying to hold me down. Yada yada
Mhm.
yada. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm 1,000% with on Jonah's side with this one, not because of his views, but
Yeah.
it's just like he tried to come to you and talk to you about some issues that he had with your relationship, and you just posted all these private things, these private thoughts on the internet,
Yeah.
so you could get some validation, and then probably so you could frame him and make him look like a misogynist and all this whatever else you were trying to make him look like. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
this is why I don't like talking about this stuff because it's just stupid. It's just people like trying to use the use situations for clout. You know what I mean? Like she clearly, all right, she's dating Jonah Hill. I'm gonna make him look like an asshole, and I'll make myself look like I was being abused by this man because he didn't want me to take pictures with other men. I mean, that's him.
Yeah.
That's his own insecurity that he has to deal with. If you don't
Yeah.
like it, leave.
Yeah. Don't put it on
Right?
blast. That's some
Roll
bullshit.
out.
And
Okay.
it makes me wonder if she was doing it to kind of help her business too at the same time, right?
There's no wondering.
Where
It's exactly what she's doing. I need views. I need publicity. By the way, I'm dating Jonah Hill, and I think he's a jerk. Everybody else needs to think he's a jerk too.
oh man, that's fucked up.
Next. I don't even want to spend any more time on this nonsense. The Kiki, the
Tell me
Kiki
how you
thing.
really feel.
It's nonsense, man. That this is somebody's relation. We're talking about somebody else's relationship. The Kiki thing. It was more interesting to me because you we could debate about how hey, how do you feel if you're with your lady or whatever and she's wearing that or flirting with somebody? Does that bother you? We could talk about that type of stuff because and that's not it clearly bothered that man, right? And he let everybody know that it was
Mhm.
bothering him, but he wasn't trying to out her as
Oh,
something that she isn't. You know what I mean?
I think he was trying to play. He's trying to play both ways. He's trying to not sound bothered and trying to make it more of a social type thing. It's like it's not. I'm not bothered. You're a mother now, and there's your dress and there's standards
Yeah.
and this and traditionalism and blah blah
Shut
blah
up.
blah 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 blah. Right? It's like no, you're
Yeah.
bothered. It's fine. It reminds me of the Boondocks episode. God, I freaking wish I had more time to download that video. Where that was what I'm talking about, right? Where Mr. Dubois like I won't say he lost his wife, but like he thought his wife was having an affair with Usher, and he like bought like a pit named Slimback to kind of give him some confidence, and it was so fucking you know what I'm talking about, right? That episode is
Yeah.
freaking classic. Um,
Oh man. You know what it reminds me of too? This is what this made me think of. Remember back in the day when you were up late and you saw that commercial on BET where the guy
mhm.
was like playing those slow jams on the record and the guy would try to like take it and he'd be like, "No, no, my brother, you got to get your own." I would have just posted that and had a picture of, Keke up there like, "No, you got to get my own," and said at Usher, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to play it off like that, man.
Yeah, you
You know what I
kind of
mean?
do. You kind of do. Um, like it's not my place or anyone's place to say, "Oh yeah, you shouldn't feel a certain type of way," but at the same time, like don't be a dick, about it and like
Yeah, yeah.
make it public. Like, come on now. Like, come
Don't
on now.
be Jonah Hill's girlfriend. How about that? This
Yeah,
dude, I mean,
essentially.
I don't quite mind so much with this cat, but even the same thing, like you're trying to play her, you end up playing yourself. Should have just kept
Yeah,
your mouth shut, gave her a phone call, or wait till she came home and dealt with it.
yeah.
Next topic.
Fine. Nicholas is like, fuck, I'm tired of this shit.
Get a tissue,
Next,
stop crying, get out of here.
yeah. Next topic, we're talking Kim Kardashian and her new. I'm kidding.
I might as well hang up. The only
It's
good thing about Kim Kardashian right now is Skims.
like, how is that a good thing?
Bro, first of all, she's caking. Secondly, I mean, hey, if you got a woman in your life, tell her to go buy some Skims. They're great. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
They are great.
You know what? I'm not even gonna ask any more than that. I will. Part of me is curious now to see what kind of product she's wearing for her
Stamp of
Skims.
approval.
But yeah, I did
They
see her
got. I
work.
mean, bro, they make everything, dog. Anything that your lady might need, underwear, bras, dress. I mean, loungewear, whatever you could think of that women wear, they got it, and it's great. No said.
I'm happy for it. Very happy. I will say this though. I saw her working out with like a personal trainer that I tend to follow. Her name is Sangria Greca. She's Polish. Uh, but it looked like Kim Kardashian was wearing like a diaper almost, and you can see like because it looked like she was wearing a diaper. And but you can see. I wonder if it was like a BBL or something. But
Of course, she has a
that's
BBL, man.
yeah, that's gossip shit. We'll talk. Let's talk something else. Um, we'll talk Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and we'll probably do a full deep dive into it later. But I do want to hit up Threads versus Twitter. I'm gonna assume you're not on Threads yet, Nicholas.
No, don't need it.
It's a grown ass man, dude. You have a fucking podcast. You need to be all on these social media apps, learning the shit.
I was going to say no. I was going to say I would only get it because of the podcast.
Yes.
But right now, we have the targeted podcast Twitter account that I obviously need to be more active on anyway. Adding yet another app is not going to work for me. So I'll continue
Well,
tweeting, and when I find a purpose for Threads that's not tweeting, then I'll use it.
yeah, I think right now with Threads though, so interesting with Threads. Um, Let me kind of give you the rundown a little bit of kind of what's happened in the last couple of weeks. So it's been out for a little more than a week recently. Like Elon Musk announced, no, Elon Musk. Mark Zuckerberg announced. They're all the same to me. That he's coming out with Threads. Twitter's been on the down decline ever since Elon took over it. Right, a lot. He's lost a fuck ton of sponsorship. I think I heard that he lost like 80% of his like advertisements, which is crazy. Um, he cut off like 75% of the Twitter staff, um, and um, he even posted like, should he like on Twitter, should he remain CEO? And he lost a vote. Like most people was like no. So it took him like a couple months to find like someone crazy enough to like be CEO, and he got like a former like marketing exec from like MSNBC to do it. So the funny thing, what is funny is that so Mark Zuckerberg comes out with like Threads, and Elon Musk does Elon Musk things and like threatens to fight him, and it's like fuck it, because Mark Zuckerberg does like Brazilian Jiu Jitsu now. So you saw him like hanging out with like some fighters like Israel Sanya and like somebody else that I don't remember who's in the picture, but he like what's his face? Elon Musk was like, yeah, let's fight, and then Mark Zuckerberg like responded like set it up, then set a time, right? And Dana White, who's a douche, was like, "Oh, look, I talked to both these guys. They're dead serious." And like, I'm sorry, if you haven't been following freaking Elon Musk, he's not serious. The guy talks out of his ass and forces like people and hire smart people to like make him not like a liar, right? He does the same thing with SpaceX, right, where he says like we're sending people to Mars in 2023. It's 2023, and they're no close to sending people to Mars. He just likes to talk out of his ass, right? Um, and I can go on for days about like Elon Musk and like how he's kind of taken a lot of like what his net worth was. Like he kind of took Tesla, right? He kind of took Twitter on a whim, um, essentially, right? They had to sue him to make him follow through on his plan to buy Twitter. Um, and now, so when he said he's gonna fight, the second I meet and people were like, "Oh, these two billionaires might actually fight." I'm like, "Have you not been listening to Elon Musk for the last like year? Like the guy talks out of his ass, and of course they're not going to fight." You know what Elon Musk said? He's what's happening? Elon Musk says, "Well, I'm not going to fight because my mom told me not to." Your mom. You're the richest fucking man in the world. You have like 13 kids with like so many women, right? Um, but your mom says you can't do it, so you don't do it. Like, hush, hush. Hush. He probably saw that picture with Mark Zuckerberg standing by Israel Zanya. Was like, you know what? Never mind. kind of like, kind of like how he reneged on the tried to renege on the Twitter buy, and they had to sue his ass to freaking take for him to buy it. So yeah, that's Threads. Threads already has 100 million users in 5 days. It's the fastest growing app. Um,
I mean,
and I think it's about. It hasn't even opened in on EU yet, by the way. That's the crazy part. Like it's about at least a fourth, 25% of like Twitter's active usage. Actually, it might be half because Twitter, I think I heard 400,000 users, but only has 250 active users. Um, I've been on it. I'm not a huge like Twitter. I like. Um, I'm mainly just on Instagram, just sending and scrolling, sending funny memes to anyone who would listen. Um,
pretty
and
much.
that's pretty much what I do. So I think I've threaded um, at least like what 3 times, and I think I've read it like a couple of times too. So
Waste of space,
what I
bro.
wish, huh?
It's a waste of space, man. I'm telling you.
I
It's
wish
just
they did.
this is what I'm tired of, man. This is what's getting old to me. Is and you've watched Mark Zuckerberg do this now, like several times
Mm.
now, right? He has Facebook, he's got his social media platform. Somebody comes out with something slightly different. What does he do? He buys it.
Yeah.
Or he copies it,
Oh yeah.
right? So here comes
Snapchat.
Threads. It's yeah, Snapchat. He bought Instagram. Then he started to put stories on Facebook too. Eh.
Yep.
He does,
Yep.
copies buying everybody up. And then what's interesting is that uh I seen I think his name was the Tate brothers, the former kickboxer guys who were
Oh.
like talk all
Yeah.
this shit on Instagram and on the internet or whatever. They start talking about it and they were like they're kind of pissed that anybody would even want to use Threads because they're like you could be on Twitter where you're not censored since Elon Musk took over. Or you could go to Threads and be censored. They're just talking out of their ass. I don't know what they're saying. I
Fuck those
just thought it
guys.
was funny.
Fuck those guys.
But yeah, I'm not gonna hop
Yeah.
on Threads anytime soon, man. I'm really not.
One of the things I do like about Threads, and this is probably just a honeymoon period, too, by the way, um, is that there's not a lot of negativity on there, right?
Give it time.
Like one of the reasons why I've stopped posting like political shit on Facebook is because there's a lot of people who just want to talk out their ass and try to like um dunk on you in like internet argument, right? So that's kind of
Yep,
why I post most of my shit on like on whatchamacallit, on like Instagram stories, because it disappears after 24 hours, right? And it's much easier to ignore somebody if someone has a problem to say, right? It's funny. I get less interaction with people like when they know the story's going to disappear, or they know they don't have an audience, right?
yeah,
Um, right? It's amazing how that works. They don't have an audience, so they're not really trying to out me, right? As much. Post this shit on Facebook, there's an audience there, right? Then they're trying to like dunk on you and make you look silly or whatnot, right? And
yep.
these are supposed to be like my friends. So yeah, it's I like Threads. I'm a lot better. I do think you need some level of of monitoring and censorship, just because there are just people out there that will take advantage of that, right?
I agree.
Um, like Trump. Like it sucks that we have to do it, like just like it sucks that we have to pay taxes, but there's a reason for it, right? Like it's
True,
necessary, right?
true.
Um, the question would always be how much is too much, right? Um, when it comes to like censorship, right? Um, so how much is too much censorship? And that's just a conversation you just have to constantly have and be able to modify and like moving forward, right? Our morality now it wasn't our morality 20 years ago, and it's not going to be our same morality in 20 years from now, right?
So does Threads have
Yeah.
any different functionality than Twitter at all, or is it a straight
So
carbon
I'll be honest with
copy?
you, I would say it's very similar to Twitter. Very, very similar to Twitter. I don't use Twitter a lot. I think I've owned like one Twitter account, and I've never logged onto it.
Yeah,
So, um, what one of the reasons why Threads is so popular so quickly is because they made it very seamless. If you have an Instagram account, a button click and you have a Threads account. Literally one button, all your shit gets transferred over
yeah.
um, to that. So it's very simple. Um, I also like the idea of like Elon Musk like crying about like, oh, they stole our idea. Oh yeah, he's also suing like Meta because he feels that he he stole their idea and he used a lot of Twitter engineers to build out threads, and they use proprietary information. The
That's what
problem with
I'm
that,
saying. I was about to say, I'm surprised there hasn't been a lawsuit.
oh, there's a lawsuit. There's definitely a lawsuit. And he put a cease and desist order. It's not gonna happen. He'll probably lose the fucking lawsuit because he's just talking out of his ass at this point. Um, but what's hilarious is that he fired a lot of those engineers, and those engineers, and he were like, "Oh, they're not top performers, X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah," right? He kind of like belittled them. So of course, Facebook's like, "Come on over to us. We're working on something new. Let me go over here."
Come and
And
walk
now
in
he's
our
like bitching.
door.
Yeah, now he's bitching. He's like, "Oh, well, you stole my idea, and like you took our users." I'm like, "Well, you let them go." But yeah, he's a douche.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, I just want to talk about Threads a little bit. One functionality with Threads that I don't like is that in Instagram I can switch between like my profile and like my targeted profile. The reason why we haven't had a targeted profile on Threads yet is because I'll have to log out of my Threads username and then create another targeted profile, which is just very cumbersome. So I'm just waiting for them to like to change that functionality, and then I can add the targeted for and I'll probably post more on Threads do for targeted. Um, Trying to get that going because we're building something here, right? Keep in mind we're supposed to get like 100 Instagram followers by our 100th episode, and we've dwarfed that figure by a lot. So, um, yes, go team. Um, so yeah, last but not least, let's spend a couple more minutes. And let's talk Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Have you seen it yet?
Spoiler free, please.
You haven't seen it?
No.
God,
I'm
what the
trying
hell?
to
What do
take, dude, I'm trying to take my babies to see the movie. All right? Gotta do it.
you?
We were
Okay.
supposed to go see it around the holiday, but then, I don't know, we got busy. I wanted to do it, but then it was just like a whole bunch of other stuff happened, and yeah.
Yeah.
So here
What
we
are you
are,
doing with your life, man?
hoping I can see it tomorrow.
What are you doing with your life, man? What are you doing?
You know, trying to, just doing my best, man.
3 kids, a job. What are you doing? You just have time. Yeah. No, I'll be brief. So it's still a Miles Morales story, but you see Gwen, Spider Gwen, um, or Gwen Stacy kind of take a little bit more of a central stage with it. Uh, she's part of like she does more of the intro, so no spoiler alerts. There, the cinematography is amazing, like truly amazing. Like I'm sitting here and I'm watching this movie and I'm like, how the fuck? Because the first one was great, and it's
Yes.
like, how do you freaking top it? And they figured out how to top it. It's a unique story. Like, that's another thing with movies in general. Like a lot of movies, they're not unique anymore. They're just sequels or are not great comic book adaptations of movies, because they just want to. Executives are just trying to push out a product. Which, oh, by the way, in our next episode, we're going to talk about the writers and actor strike. Let me
Hmm.
do more due diligence on that one before I bring that out. But as a movie, it's a really good movie. It's so funny because the last movie I said is one of the best Spider-Man movie, but it might be this movie now, which is crazy. A lot of multiverse stuff, and it's crazy because I think they're doing the multiverse better than the MCU, which is telling, right?
Wow.
Um, yeah, the multiverse here is a little bit better than the one in the MCU. It makes more sense. The MCU, I don't know the difference between a different time scale or a different universe, and they haven't really explained that. And they should probably explain that. This one, it's a little bit more clear. It's a little more cinematic. Um, not much of a spoiler. I'll just say this: my favorite Spider-Man is Spider-Punk. Um, in in the movie. So,
Okay.
but you see a lot of like great actors and actresses in that movie. I'm actually going to pull up a few of them now, because they are great. Cast. Okay, so Oscar Isaac, right? If you don't know who he is, he's played Moon Knight. He's played Poe Dameron. He's played the dude that gets killed on Dune. I don't know the name. I was not a fan of Dune. It's boring. I did not want to. I'm not going to watch it in theaters. Haley Steinfeld, Shamik Moore. If you don't know who Shamik Moore is, I think Dope. Um,
Yes.
yes, great film. Um, Karan Sonia, Sonnen. Um, he plays the Indian version of Spider Man. Really funny, really funny. If you don't know who he is, he's a Doopender in Deadpool. Um,
Mm.
yeah. Uh, they have Daniel Kakoa. I fucked that up, and I'm sorry. I'm Nigerian. It's embarrassing. It's he plays Spider Punk. If you don't know who he is, think Black Panther, think Get Out. Uh, and yeah, there's a lot of other people too. Oh, Andy Samberg is Ben Riley. So there's a lot of
Okay.
Spider Man. They made like 200 Spider Man for this
Oh
movie.
wow.
Actually, you know who they didn't show in this like little initially, and that's a little bit fucked up. Is Issa Rae, Spider Woman? She's in that movie.
Oh wow.
So yeah, Issa Rae's there. Um, I'm not going to spoil it too more past that. So definitely go watch it. You will enjoy it. Um, it's a great, great, great movie with a great story. It's nice to see that some people are so willing to take risk when it comes to making movies, right? Um,
So important.
like yeah, the death of like superhero movies of the superhero genre is that when you stop taking risk and everything's almost like the same, right? Same style and whatnot, right? You saw that happen with like the YA novels, right? Um, like they got really, really bad and really, really redundant really, really quickly because it's all the same movie,
Yeah.
just different characters, right? Different characters, different scene. It's literally the same post-apocalyptic young person trying to fight against like some authority figure, right? That's essentially almost all the YA movies are like that. All of them.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, so it's good, and that's the problem I think with DC too. Like they haven't. I think they saw what's his face's uh, movie. We talked about this before. Christopher Nolan's Batman. And it's like, oh, we should make a whole fucking series about that. And he didn't like. Number one, they didn't understand his art, and number two, they just kept trying to make the same movie over and over again. And when that wasn't working, they tried to make it more like Guardians of the
Marvel.
Galaxy, right? Like Marvel, right? It's kind of how like they fucked up the first Suicide Squad movie, right? So yeah, that's kind of what happened. So yeah, I guess sometimes taking risks like doesn't pay off because there are definitely some movies that they tried taking risks to be different and it just didn't work. Um, Case in point, like Cowboy Bebop from Netflix, terrible.
Ugh.
Um, terrible. And they try to be different, which I can appreciate, but it just wasn't good. It wasn't good. One last thing I'll say about it too. I hope they pay their writers and their animators because apparently I
Yeah,
think it's like
man.
about 100 like animators like left because of the strangeness of the project, and they say the sequel is already like behind, right?
Yeah.
Um, so, like pay these people, man. It's just pay these people. Plain and simple. Pay these people. Okay, yeah, money, money, money. Cool. All right, I think we are at our end. Finally,
Yes,
for an
yes.
hour. It's not too bad. Not too
Yeah.
shabby. Cool. We did. We
Yeah.
did. We did okay. We did okay.
I gotta go see Spider Man. I gotta go see Transformers.
Really? Okay. I'm not gonna see that
All
one.
things I could take the kids to. My kid, the girls freaking love. They asked me to watch all the Transformers movies one day,
Nice.
so we went back through and watched all of them all over again. So we got to go watch this one. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
No. I think I want to watch Oppenheimer. So that's the latest
Yeah,
Christopher Nolan movie. I haven't watched Tenet yet. I think it's still on
it's a good one,
Max.
man. But you better you got to focus. Focus on that
Yeah,
one.
so that's the thing about that. Like, I like the complex Christopher Nolan movies, but it's like, dude, I don't like the mind fuck. It's like, it's like, hey, there's enough going on in my life right now. I don't need to be like
Yeah,
to go through all that shit too, right?
yeah,
Um, but yeah, you never know. I will watch Oppenheimer. I'm actually pretty excited to watch that one. Apparently it's Oppenheimer versus like the Barbie movie, this weekend.
Ugh.
So we'll
Sorry,
see.
sorry, Chris. I gotta go see Barbie. I gotta. My God.
Oh, you seen the Barbie movie?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I was being sarcastic. There's no way I'm going to go see the Barbie movie, even if the
Not with
girl,
your daughters.
their mother can take. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not paying to see that, man. I'm really not. There's a lot of things I'll go see, right? That is not one of them, dog.
So if your daughter came and asked you, "Hey, Dad, it would be really important for me to me if you were to watch a Barbie movie with us, and she looked with you. And I've seen his daughters. So they're adorable. Like Victoria's is a sweetheart. So he looked at you in those little beautiful daughter eyes. Look at his facial expressions like. And it's like, can you go watch this movie with me? What would you say?
I would say, here's $40. Ask your mother. I've already paid for your tickets. Mommy would love to go see this movie with you.
That's fucking hilarious.
Here's a
40
ticket for
bucks.
you, a ticket for your mom. $40 should also cover. I don't know. Maybe I might. I mean, yeah, you gotta spend like $100 to go to the freaking movie theaters these days. So it might not even be enough.
Jeez.
But
Yeah, that's true. So much
but
less for you.
I'll freaking do it if I have to. Right? I'm not. No, I'm not doing it.
Okay. I would say this. They're also charging for like premium seats too. Like they're treating them like a an airline. So to get the seats like in the middle now of a theater, you have to pay more, right? Um,
That's not even a problem because the girls got to use the bathroom inevitably. So I'll sit on the edge. I could care less about that. Yeah. So no problem.
I was gonna say capitalism. Okay. Well, time to call it. Thank you guys so much for watching, supporting us. It means a lot. It really does. Like we
It
started this thing
does.
like what, 3 years ago. To
Yeah.
think we'll
Damn,
still
has
be
it been
here.
3 years?
It has been. We started this during the pandemic. Actually, it's not been up to
2020.
3 years. Because we started 2020. I think we got our first episode out like September in 2020. I think.
Yeah, so we're on the third year. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we're on year 3, so we've done this for a while now, and we're still doing it. So that's super cool to kind of sit and kind of talk
Yeah.
with former coworkers. Who would have thought former coworkers from Deloitte, job that I hated, I do a podcast with you guys. So yeah, no, really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Peace out, guys.
Peace.